Alright everybody, here we are, and we will just simply go through the things from here on. And honestly, I'm one of the laziest boys, seriously, believe it or not. If I get the chance of not working, I do not work. Okay, by the way, here I am, and let's simply get started. Working is really important because if I just take gaps, then that's gonna be awful, don't you think so? So we will be working on the same project, the project I had here. So let's go ahead with that, and that was Let's Talk app. First of all, let's simply get this thing done. And from today onwards, one thing is clear, that if I'm taking breaks, there's gonna be fixed timing. So you will know okay, exactly when I'm gonna be back. Exactly at that time I'm gonna be back too. So things are gonna be a bit certain from here on. In this way, I'm gonna be a bit more active, and you will also have the idea exactly when I'm gonna be off and when I'm gonna be just going live and all. So this is how things are actually gonna be going on. For now, let me check whether I'm live or not, and then I'll just simply continue from here on. Quite a lot I have to do, I know. I mean, it's like I have so many things to do, and sometimes I actually don't do anything, even if I have so many. Okay, so here we are, and I hope my voice is clear, and yeah, everything's fine. Let's continue from here on. So over here we were, and the thing that I want to do over here is simply go to Postman, and from here I will just simply be making a register request from the front end side. Okay, from the front end side, that simply means it should not be made from here, rather it should be made from the front end. Okay, let's do it. So what am I actually gonna do? I'm gonna be having two terminals here. First one is gonna be for front end, second one is of course gonna be for backend. So npm runtime, it will be starting somewhere here, just like this. Apart as for this backend, I'm gonna be starting with over here. So npm runtime, I think this should be fine, and I should not have any problem with this as such. But that is something yet to be decided. One more thing was here, that my server was getting closed for no reason, I don't know why. So I had to take care of that particular thing, and I'd better use try catch block whenever required, because if I use promise, then I get the error. Okay, never mind. Let's continue from here on, and my front end is running. Let's go to the front end. This is the basic. I mean, the focus is not gonna be on the function like designing part and all. It can be made better anytime. I can just simply click on one more thing I can have over here, that is this is gonna be the first of all page.tsx file, and just here what can I actually do? Minimum height, screen width. Let's do one thing. I'm gonna be having h1 over here, and that's gonna be Let's Talk app, just like this. That's exactly how it looks like right now. It looks quite awful, I know. What I can do, I can wrap these two things inside a div. Well, they are not wrapped actually, just wrap them just like this. As they are wrapped right now, I can just simply make the class flex, and just flex gap. I can give them 5 pixel. I mean 5 should be enough, and let's see how that looks like. So it turns out they still look the same. In order to just look different, I'm gonna be giving it a flex column here, so that they are vertically aligned, and I think this should be simple. Okay, this is kind of does the job. Apart from this particular thing, class name, font is gonna be bold, text is gonna be 5XL, again just normal designing stuff, and that's it. This should definitely be fine. Alrighty, let's talk. I can click on register, and as soon as I click on register, I'm redirected here. Register yourselves to make video calls and all. So I can just simply enter my name. So name is gonna be Pensing Patel, ID, password, and it turns out this is just the simple fields. Okay, they are just simply text fields right now. Even that's not a problem. At least I'm gonna be seeing my password. So PAWSWRD1234, and just over here as well. PAWSWRD1234. First of all, let's make it in small letters, so that I don't have to use capital letters over and over. So this is how I'm gonna be going on. One more thing, this name, confirm password is name over here, so I will have to change that. But the good thing will start happening from here on. So first of all, I'm gonna be checking whether as soon as I submit what happens, whether it actually happens the way I want it to happen or not. I'm talking about the process. And I submitted over here the network, the request went, and then what happened? This was the payload. What was the response? This was the response. Undefined. What the hell? Okay, it's kind of troublesome. Kind of not troublesome. I just logged the values here, so I'm getting the result of what? This is the result. Arey yaar, ja. This is the result of the data that I'm getting. So it actually went successful, and this was the data that was passed. And why am I getting this log here? Success to data this password this confirm password this. So this is the backend stuff. As I send the request to the register section, register controller, of course, so auth controller. Here I'm just simply registering. Am I logging the value here somewhere? There is something definitely happening, but where is that happening? So success actually becomes true, and then the data it contains literally control F console dot log. How many places do I have it? This is one of them. Another one is this, then this. I think this is something that's causing the issue. So here I'm just simply getting the success and I'm getting the data that is what being shown over here. So let's simply remove it, and that's it. Apart from this particular thing, this is the kind of response that I got, and this response actually contains many things. That's fine. In the actions, where do I have that? Okay, over here action.tsx. Ultimately this is the whole response that I'm getting. Response.data is something that I should be looking for. So let's try this thing out again one more time. I'm not resetting it as soon as it is submitted. That's kind of a good thing as well. So let's make it to 1 2 3, submit it one more time, and as soon as this is gonna be submitted, I will be getting my response.data. So this is the response.data I get. So I have success, I have status, I have message and data. These are the things that I have over here. What is the next thing that I can actually do? I can check whether it is success or not. On the basis of that thing, I can just simply return the response from here. But again, that is not quite needed. So what I'm actually gonna be doing, return response.data, and this should definitely be okay. And then if there's any error, in that case, return again. Even if there is any an error, okay, success, just EWS success is gonna be false, and message is gonna be either registering the user. I mean, this should definitely be okay, and that's it. Not nothing else I need to worry about over here. And let me just close all the tabs that are open here, and then I can just simply continue. So I was inside this pains.tsx. I was trying to log in, and while logging in, I just got my response over here as well, and call it the result, not even the response. And as soon as I got my result, so what can I do? I will check whether result.success success. Of course, I'm using TypeScript, and turns out I'm getting the error as well. So this register user will contain what? This register user is actually gonna contain many things, but it simply gets the data, and it returns what? It returns the whole data object. Whole data object in the sense, it will be returning some of the values, and I will have to have that type over here. Okay, so it will return success, and what else? It will return success. There could be status code as well. So especially when it comes to talking about the data, so there's gonna be success, and then there's gonna be status code. I think there's gonna be status code, there's gonna be message, and lastly there's gonna be data. So these are the things that I'm actually returning from here, and so ultimately I have to create a type. Let's create the type right here. I'm not gonna be creating it separately. So interface, and register user Where am I supposed to have this? Register user return type. I mean, this should be okay if I'm not wrong. Let's go ahead. And over here I will be having some of the things. First of all, I will have my success. That's definitely gonna be required and gonna be a boolean. And apart from this, as I make more and more projects, I will be getting good vocabulary as well for naming the things too. But for now, I'm gonna be going with whatever occurs to me. I will have message. Again, that's gonna be string. Apart from this particular thing, I can have my status code as well, and that's completely optional. And I will have that because this will be coming from the backend side. And this is of course gonna be a number. And lastly, I can have my data. Again, this is gonna be optional. Again, this is gonna be unknown. I mean, data can be of any type, mainly when it comes to data. So it will be having user type if I'm not wrong, and this will be coming from here. So this should even make sense. So I will be getting my user. Having said that, in the user type, password is not mentioned there. So this is the user type that I have, and I'm just simply inferring the register payload type as well. That's fine, okay with that. So this is the user type that I'm getting, and that's it. It should definitely be okay. And apart from this particular thing, nothing is required. Let's simply remove these things, and let's use it somewhere here, because of course this is something that's gonna be returned. Registered payload this. And what is the issue? The issue is that only success is the boolean part. Only literal may only specify known properties. Maybe spelling is wrong. Yes, U double C E double S. Yes, U double C double S. What is the problem with this? These two things need to be returned. Known property success does not exist in type name, string, email, string, password, string. It turns out I'm not even using this. Register payload, not really. Register user return type. I mean, this should be. This is how it should be. Apart from this particular thing, a return type of an async function method must be global promise. So let's kind of return a promise from here. So how can I fix this issue? Promise and this particular type, right? So promise and then this particular type. Now it is fine, at least now not giving me the errors and all, and just simply returning this much from here. And over here, success does not exist. Amazing thing. So I'm ultimately getting the result, and it is showing me that success does not exist. How crazy thing is this? And in that case, promise register. Okay, I will have to await this first of all, just like this. And for awaiting it, I'll have to make it async, just like this. And now it is not telling me that success does not exist. That simply means I could have not used this here, and it would have been okay. So if I actually remove this and go, what the hell? Not because I can even remove this type then. I mean, this is completely fine. So the error that I have been getting, that was not because of not adding the type, rather I wasn't using await, and because of that thing it was unable to just get the right data. So once it has the success, then I will be doing something, and if it is failure, of course I will be doing something. Apart from this particular thing, I want to just simply show the toast. So for this particular thing, if it is success, then of course I have to just show the toast. So shared cn, and in order to have the toast, I can go to toast section, and I just hope to find that there. So this is the toast, and right now I'm supposed to be using Sonar, and here we are. And when it comes to using this, so I can have my message. What is this? Just a sec. I just have something else. Okay, so I can have my message, I can have the description, I can have the action and all, but I don't need any one of those things. It should just be simple. So I will have toaster here, and toast can directly be like that. Apart from this particular thing, yeah, I mean, this is how it just simply goes. So top left, is there any type that I can just simply specify here? Okay, this is gonna be the type, default, success, info and all. So let's simply check this thing out. Toast.success. Okay, this is how I can even define the types. So let's go with this. And once this much is done, by the way, it should be on the root folder. Root folder in the sense maybe somewhere in the loader, not loader layout over here. And there is a tooltip provider. Why is this being used over here? Have no idea. I mean, tooltip provider is used for what? I was just simply asked to just add this thing over here. That is why I just simply added it. But as for this thing right now, tooltip provider, and it just simply gives us some, let's use some of the tooltip related stuff. I don't know that well, at least yet. Okay, the next thing that I can actually do here is to just simply use toaster, and I will be getting it from where? @contents UI Sona. Just a second, let me even make sure where am I gonna be getting it from. So the toaster that I'm actually mentioning here, this is coming from where? This is coming from @UI components UI. So okay, got that. So this toaster is actually gonna be coming from here, and I can use it something like this. And once this is used over here, that simply means close this. I should be able to use here. And as this is the success message, so toast dot, again this toast will be coming from where? Again, that is something I will have to figure out. So this much is fine, but when it comes to this toast, it mainly comes from Sona. So now I should be able to import it, and what a great job. Maybe I don't even have Sona or what. npm, this was the backend section. Let's come here. This is the front end section. npm install. I mean, Sonar must have been installed. So so many things I have. I can go to package.json, and when it comes to Sonar here, Sonar, okay, I do have it here. So why was I facing this error over there? Don't know. Okay, let's simply import it on my own. So for importing it, pretty simple stuff. Import Sonar, not really. Import toast from Sonar, and this should be fine, but this is not fine. It turns out this is not something I should be going after. It's okay. Toast actually comes in the form of an object. Like it is still getting the error. So import toast from Sonar. Let's do one thing. Meanwhile, npm install Sonar. Let me install it as well, in case I'm facing some error issues because of this. And apart from this particular thing, okay, it turns out I already had Sonar, and because of this particular thing, it was just simply giving me the error. Fine. Get rid of this, and most of the things, they are not even being used over here. And as for this Sonar, now it doesn't really give me any error. Let's simply stop it, and let's remove it as well. And as for using this Sonar over here, I should be able to use this toast from Sonar dot. Of course, this is gonna be success, and the result that I got, that will definitely have the message as well. So the message is actually gonna be looking like this. Apart from this particular thing, toast dot error, and it will again have the message. So result dot message, and this is how things are gonna be looking like. Not only this, just after that, what I want, I have this form, and I just simply want to reset the form. So whether it is success or it is failure, it doesn't really matter. No, only when it is success I'm gonna be resetting the form. So form dot reset, I think this is how it should be. This is so the form is actually going to be reset. Once the form is reset, after that I will have some logic here. Say the data in states and all, so that's actually accessible. So this is just gonna be to do. So for saving the data in the states, I'm gonna be using Redux. I think Redux, not Redux. So Redux is going to be used here, and as for Redux, I know it and I don't know it. It's both, so I'm somewhere in the middle. Never mind, I will be exploring it more. I mean, only by using it, I can know more about it. So that is something that's gonna happen too. So far this much only. Let's simply check this thing out whether it actually works, and then I will just simply move forward. So npm WebDev, and once this is done, I can come back here. Great. Turns out getting the error. A tree hydrated, but some attributes of the server didn't match. This won't be. This can happen if SSR client is used though. It is already used client. Okay, I will be figuring that thing out too. But for now, let's simply register. So all the information is going to be here. Let's make it whatever. As for the password, PAWS WORD 1234, PAWS WORD 1234. Just simply click on submit and wait. That's it. Even I don't have any. Okay, success. If I'm not wrong, right? Yeah, user registered successfully. But these buttons don't change. Whenever I register, they should just simply change a bit, right? In order to do that thing from the form, I'm gonna be getting the loading state and all. So const loading is gonna be equals to form state dot form state dot what is loading is LOADING is loading. Just like this. So I'm just simply gonna be getting the value of loading, and on the basis of this thing I can just simply make the changes. I think this is how it's done. Let's do it. So what I'm gonna actually do over here, I have these buttons. First of all gonna be disabling them. So disable is actually gonna be equals to loading, so at least the button is going to be disabled, and the same thing is actually gonna be happening over here as well. So I think this should definitely does the job. Disable yellow area in loading. I mean, this should be enough. Apart from this particular thing, I can't really do anything. So let's go ahead with this again. As for the password, PAWS WORD, just this much should be fine. PAWS WORD. Let's simply click on submit, and I cannot click them, but nothing is changing inside them. And so I can say if loading in that case submitting, otherwise submit. I mean, this much should be fine. Don't really gonna worry about many things over here, because the main this is not the main focus even. What the hell? Okay, never mind. Let's click on submit. This is not changing, at least yet. User registered successfully, but if loading, then this, otherwise this. So from the form I should be getting the loading here as well. Okay, I can go to React query, 10 stack query, and over here I should be getting something worth using. So can click on quick start, and when it comes to this, so anything, this is not what I'm looking for. These queries are mainly used when these are mainly used when you are working with actions. And not only that, what is the use of these queries? These queries are used to just directly get the things done. Directly getting the things done in the sense they will be using the your actions directly, and this is how the things are gonna be done. And they can return some of the values over here, but kind of they are used in order to not to have many states, and I will be getting my data from themselves. but okay, this is not something that I'm worried, that I should be worried right now. So React, what am I using here? React to form, right? React to form. And I should be getting something worth using from here. So I can go to get started, and whenever I use this form, use form hook, at the time I'm getting register, I'm getting handle submit, I'm getting watch, I'm getting form state. This form state is important over here. From the form state I'm gonna be getting some of the things. So let's do one thing, control F, and form state wherever I'm using it. It turns out not quite using it a lot. Never mind. Where should I be clicking then? I can go to get started. I can go to home. Get started is just the same. Okay, never mind. I will find something on my own. So I have form state is loading. Is submitting. Yeah, I think this should be. So let's use this is submitting. I think is loading did not work. Then is submit successful. This should work. That's it. So I can say is submitting, and when it is submitting, I'm actually gonna be disabling it, and it. It is already running. So let's try it one more time. I can come back here. This anything here, and then password. Similarly, password over here as well, and it's working right now. Congratulations. Thank you. User registered successfully. What is the next thing that I can do? Good stuff. The next thing, registration is working the same way. I have to get the login section work done. So for getting the login section work, I can go here. I have this auth. Inside this I have auth related stuff. Let me do one thing. Inside my app I will have main, and inside I will have main stuff. Inside main stuff. Inside main I just have the meeting right now, and it turns out I got my context as well. How did this happen? Controls Z control Visual Studio. I do that way. It turns out okay. So inside my meeting I have the context, and this context is related to the meeting. So that's kind of fine as well. So the next thing that can actually happen, control Y. I think the control Y thing is not gonna work, or will it work? Have no idea, but hope it's gonna work. So I'm inside my what app. Okay, it worked. So inside my main I have meeting, and then the context and all. That's fine. Let's do one thing. Go to auth, go to login, paste.tsx, and this time I'm just simply gonna copy everything from here. Gonna come here, gonna paste everything here, and this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. The only thing that I'm gonna be changing, first of all, this action. I'm not really gonna be using action over here now anymore. I mean, I will be getting things directly done, and this register user not quite needed actually. Let's get rid of this. I will be having some things from my own side. Of course, I'm trying to log in over here, and register schema. What can I do? Let's have a login schema as well. So inside validation, I'm gonna be copying everything. I'm gonna be pasting everything, and this register schema is actually gonna be the login schema this time, just like this. I'm not gonna have name. I will just only have email. I will only have the password. That simply means I can remove this section as well, and this section should definitely be removed. So that's it. I mean, the job is done. I'm already exporting it from here. Not only that, I have to go to this register page, and over here this naming convention was wrong. Oh, okay, here are the things. I thought I missed something, and here are my inputs. Confirm password. This thing needed to be changed, so it should be confirm password, and password, and name is gonna be here. Isn't it insane? seems to be strange actually. How am I keeping the things? I have my name over here. Just below name I have my password. Don't you think this is bad? Actually it is bad, but what can I do? Okay, this is where I have my email. So let's keep this section separate. So first of all I have my name. It looks awful. I have these controllers. First one is gonna be name, second one is gonna be email, third one is gonna be the password section, fourth one is gonna be the confirm password section. Okay, never mind. So far so good. I can just come back here and remove the name from here, remove the confirm password from here, and this time of course I will be using login schema for sure. So let's go with this. And as for this login schema, register payload type. Register payload type. Where am I getting this from? This is the register payload type. Export type login. This is the type, right? Type should be like this, register payload type. Similarly, login payload type z.infer. I'm gonna be inferring the type, and over here this is actually gonna be the type of login schema, just like this. So at least I have the type over here. Apart from this particular thing, inside register I will be getting the error many places. So what can I actually do? Wherever I am getting the error, so where am I actually getting the error? I am getting the error here. So control D, wherever I have this, and this is actually gonna be just like this, and capital R register payload type, and then this should be fine. I'm getting the error here. Let's make it capital as well. This is how just simply keep getting the things done slowly. What else? This is how it should be. So this much, this section is done, and this time I'm gonna have login payload type first of all, and it will be used at two places. Apart from this particular thing, this register related stuff is gonna be gone from here. This register schema is gonna be gone from here, and okay. Zod resolver login schema, and it has these things, and then I will be getting my data over here. Once I got my data, const auth client. So const response is actually gonna be await x yes. I'm gonna be getting here x is dot post slash login. Well, I'm not really gonna use x yes because I already have my auth client that I created dot post slash login, and this is the data that I'm gonna be sending. This should be fine. Let's go to auth client, and over here access.create base URL is gonna be this, and fine. With credential list, so what else can I need? Okay. Apart from this particular thing, as I got my data, that simply means it will have the success. So in that case, response.data.success, if that's true, then response.data.message and response.data.message. This is how it will be going on. I will be resetting the form, that's right. And what else can I do? If the user actually logs in successfully, I will be redirecting the user. So for redirecting the user, I can use something called use router. Should be used. Let's see. Okay, let's have it somewhere here. Const router is gonna be used. Router is gonna be coming from next navigation, and I think this should kind of get my job done. So once it actually succeeds, in that case router dot push slash meeting slash home. So I'm gonna be pushing the user to the home page, or this is just strange. Home page, gonna be creating a dashboard page as well. So auth is here, main is here. Inside this main, I'm gonna be creating a dashboard folder. and just inside this dashboard I will have page.tsx. Our fc is gonna be here, and again this is gonna be dash board board. What can I actually do while logging over here? If that success, then I will be redirecting it to the dashboard page. That's it. Kind of pushing it to the dashboard page. Or what else do I have here? Forward push is fine. And apart from this particular thing, I can come back here, and this name section does not need to be here, so let's simply remove this. Similarly, this controller email needs to be here for sure. Password needs to be here too, but this confirm password is not required, so let's get rid of this. And one more thing that I want to change, this is actually gonna be login form. Well, many things I have to change. Wherever I have the register right now, control D and then control D login, and this should be fine. Let's try this thing out. So I'm here, I don't have a login button. Oh god, literally. Let's do that. Let's go to page, of course this register page, and I can have a message here at the end. And what this message gonna be like, of course it is gonna be inside card itself, and just at the below I can have a link over here. So this is gonna be first of all a paragraph. Inside that paragraph already have an account, just like this, already have an account. In that case I have a login. What login? Not login, it should actually be link, will be coming from next link, just like this, and I can just simply say login over here, and I have href, so href / login, and this should does the job. I got it, but it's terrible, never mind. In that case, class name text is gonna be small, and text gray 300 around. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fine. And as for this one, I can have a class over here as well. Text blue 500, and let's make it underline. Let's make it cursor pointer, and this should be fine. Okay, this is fine, but not quite fine. So where am I supposed to have this? I have this card footer. Let's have it inside the footer. That should kind of be okay, having it inside the footer. Well, not really bad. This is actually a good option. Having it inside the footer will definitely save me some effort. And text gray gonna be having it forward 400 over here. Saved my effort. Now it is on the right side. Class name flex should be fine. No, flex column. I think it is flex row by default. So this is how it is. And let me give it some gap as well. Gap is gonna be 5. And item center, items start. Here we are. This is how it looks like, and this is not bad at all. I can click on login, and I'm redirected to the login page. That's great. I can do one thing. Just copy pasting stuff. I can go to my login. I'm gonna be keeping this thing somewhere here. Apart from this particular thing, just under this field, I will have this paragraph that I created. Control C, Control V. Again, this is gonna be register. Link is gonna be imported from next link, and I'm gonna be redirected to register. Don't have an account yet. And then this is how it's gonna be done. Alrighty, not done yet, sorry. Gonna be going at the top, and it's gonna be login, I forget, let's remove this description. This is fine, let's have the description. I mean, not bad to have it here, if I have the option to have it. Login to talk and make video calls. Login to talk and make video calls. This is how I'm simply going ahead. These are the buttons that I have. I can go to register, I can go to login, and well, I know I cannot consider it the best, but this is not the worst either. Okay, and this time I'm just simply gonna be going with the login section, and password is gonna be PAWSWID1234. Let's try to submit. One more problem. What is the problem? It will be saying user login successfully. Wow, no problem as such. And I'm redirected to the dashboard page. So far so good. What can I do next? Good question. What can I do next? That simply means what can you do next? Close everything first of all. This is the most important thing. This is the auth section. When visiting to the login page, let's have what? If I'm already logged in, I should not be able to visit. As simple as that. So this is the auth page that I have. Inside this auth page, I'm mainly gonna be having I could have had register and login in the same page as well. It is even possible, but never mind, I just forgot that initially. So over here, what will I do? Over here I will have my layout. So LAYOUT layout.tsx, and this is gonna be the auth layout. So export, very bad, export const auth layout, just like this. I will have children over here, just like this. अरे भाई इतना ही सही है. And then what? I will be returning the children. That's it. Okay. It is worried about the types. Don't worry. I know I will have the children over here. And the type of the CHILDREN. The type is gonna be React node. Will be coming from React. Happy-go-lucky person. But the important thing, what will I be doing here? I have to check whether I'm logged in or not. What can I do? What should I not do? I should be asking. What should I do? I should make a request to the backend, and the backend should tell me whether I'm logged in or not. Fine. With that thing, I'll have to send. Wow, one good thing, I'm using passport.js.org. Of course, passport.js. Because of that thing, I'm not gonna be using middleware in the backend side. It will automatically be handled. What a great thing! But not only that, this is not over yet. Here, at least. So const. If I'm already logged in that case. On the backend side, auth controller I'm gonna be having here, and I will try to make a request here in the user section. If I get the profile, that means the user exists. If I don't get the profile, user does not exist. Okay, let's do it. So inside routes, I'm gonna be going into my user routes, get profile. This is gonna be the section. And I had auth client. Now I will have user client. The name sounds crazy, but never mind. Get profile, and apart from this get profile, I'm gonna be having a controller. In order to have the controller, I will have to create the controller. In order to create the controller, I'm a lazy person, so I'm gonna be copying and pasting the stuff just like this. Again, not gonna be needing these things, so let me delete the stuff just like this. Async handler will be here just like this, and nothing else. This is gonna be profile, should be enough. and what else? Nothing else. Just make a request to the database, not database. Yeah, database. But the question is, if I'm already logged in, I will have request object. So const user is gonna be request.user here. Why do I have it here? I have it here mainly because I'm using passport.js, and when it comes to passport.js, so inside my app.ts over here, what I'm doing, first of all, I'm using this, of course, forget about this, I'm using this session related stuff. This session, using this particular session over here, it just simply finds my session using the ID that I will be, like cookie ID, session ID that I will be sending from my front end side. It finds the session. As soon as it finds the session, then it initializes the passport, and once the passport initialized, it will just simply deserialize the data, or serialize or deserialize the data as per the need. And once I found it, it will be it will be populating user object inside the request object. Great. Okay, and that simply means if the user is logged in, I will be getting the user inside the request.user, and that's what I'm getting actually. So inside this, I got it here already. Once I already have this request.user, then what? Return it. Really? This is how it's gonna be going on. So return response.status. It's gonna be HTTP OK status. HTTP status, I don't have it here. Again, this is optional. I'm using it just for fun, honestly. So import HTTP status and HTTP status.ok. At least should be using something new, and because of that, what is this? HTTP status dot okay, just like this dot JSON format, new API response. Over here, I don't need to sanitize the user because inside request.user I don't really have my password. What a good thing it is. So what will I let's even check what I have when I serialize the data. I mean, what data I serialize it. In order to check that particular thing, I can go to my app.ts. Over here, when I'm serializing it, I have ID, username, email and profile. Kind of I have enough things, and serialization should not be causing issue. At least this much that I can have, or I can only have the ID. It's completely up to me. But if I have the ID, I will have to make a request to the database to get the things. Let's do one thing. I'm just simply gonna be serializing the user ID just for the security purpose and all. Just user ID is gonna be there, and apart from this particular thing, of course I'm gonna be deserializing it over here. As the ID is serialized, I will only be getting the ID here. So I can just simply say that request.user.id. So request.user.id, I mean, this is how it should be going on, or this is how it should not be going on. What is the problem? This is possibly null. Okay. So const user is gonna be request.user. First of all, if user does not exist, in that case what will I be doing? If the user does not exist, in that case I will be throwing the errors, throw new API error 404 and user not found, not even user not found. Section, okay, let's have it here, user not found. In the request, user is not there. Okay, that's fine. Or let's have 400 here, and it's actually gonna be unauthorized, because if the user is not found, that simply means you are unauthorized. So unauthorized, just like this. Okay, unauthorized or authenticated, not authenticated, unauthorized, that's okay, let it be. Unauthorized in the sense you are not the right person to just simply get this stuff and all, that's fine. Okay, apart from this particular thing, what can I do? Once I got the user, so I will be getting the user ID here, and the user ID is actually gonna be equals to user.id, just like this. Once I have the user ID, so const this crazy. User info. If not user info, then do this, then do this. I will be getting the ID from the user info. Once I have this, user is gonna be await prisma dot find unique. What the hell? User dot find unique. I will be finding unique where, and that's gonna be where ID is gonna be equals to ID. So ID is actually gonna be equals to user ID, and this should be fine. Once this much is done, then yeah, fine. Once this much is done, I will be checking whether I found the user or not. So if not user, no new API error, just like this. Now I can say 404, or I can say https status dot not found, just not except or not found, just like this, and error is gonna be user not found, just like this. And if the user is actually found, then I will have to serialize the user. So not serialize, sanitize. So const sanitize sanitize the user, sanitize the user. So for this particular thing, I will be using sanitize user function. I will be giving it my user. It will just simply sanitize that, and once it is actually sanitized, then API response. Literally, why am I facing this issue? Okay, I should not be facing it. Maybe I just had a network issue, and because of that thing I had to face this issue somewhere here. Okay, not quite facing that issue. Okay, so what else can I do here? I have the profile. Once I have the profile, I can go to here, and I will be getting the profile data here, just like this. And not quite using the middleware, because that will be checked automatically. What is this issue? Did you mean profile? Expected one. Okay, got it. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. But one thing I need to make sure, whenever I'm getting the profile, at that time, do I need to authenticate whether the user is actually logged in or not, or I can just simply go ahead like this? In order to check this particular thing, I have to go to passport js.org. I have only one option: take it easy and keep coding. Login, verify password, establish session. Okay, log out, sign up. So sign up is actually done like this. Apart from this particular thing, most of the things are unknown. That's okay. I can go to what? I can go to my notes, and I can actually check whenever I'm actually making a request. I will have to check actually, not like this, but I will have to check. I just remembered actually. First of all, this particular thing needs to be somewhere like this, and this is the front end section. Of course, I need to go to the back end section, and auth user controllers. Whenever I get my profile, I need to check whether the user is authenticated or not. So if request dot is authenticated, if the user is authenticated, then only I'll go ahead with this much code. otherwise not. So if this condition is always returned true since the function is always defined, did you mean polytins to it? Yeah. If request dot is authenticated, if the user is authenticated, then in else case, so new API error, and that's gonna be 400. User is not authenticated, just like this. So this much done. Okay, so this thing is done too. What is the next thing that I can do? Almost overall things are done, so it should definitely be working. And when it is actually working, that simply means I should be able to get the data. So whenever after login, I can go to okay, let me even try it first of all. On the client side, where was I? So const user is gonna be should I create a hook over here to get this particular thing done? Use I do have a hook, but what that is use mobile, and this is gonna be use user. That's crazy hook, I know, but this is something that I'm gonna be using over here. What will this do? It will just simply return me the user information if it does exist. So use user. So let's go here. Mostly when it comes to the hooks, so they are like this. So I can just simply say that user. No, it should be like this only. And as for the name could be user.ts, just like this, and export const use user. And what is this actually gonna do? It will just simply find that particular user. And when finding the user, in the sense I will have to create a user. This mosquito is bothering me. I will have literally, you are doomed. Okay, so I can come here and inside lib I had utils. Somewhere I created okay, so inside config I created the clients. So this is gonna be export const user client. It will be getting the user information, and this should be kind of okay. At least right now it is fine. Later I will be thinking what to do. I mean, what can be better than this? Create and base URL. It will be having almost everything the same way, but only one thing is gonna change: /API/v1/users, and that is why it is the users client with credentials. Of course, it's gonna be true. Yeah. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And once I got my user client, so with the help of the user client, I will be just simply getting the information. So I can come back here. Const response is gonna be user dot. Of course, I have to make it async, just like this, and await. I could have kept it inside lib as well. Use user could have been inside, but okay, this is a hook, so I'm gonna be keeping it inside hooks only. Await and user client dot. This is gonna be a get request /get profile, just like this. Once I got that, after that I will check few things here. It can either be successful, or I can just simply check response dot data dot success or not. If it is successful, then I will be doing something. If it is not successful, then I will be doing something. Having said that, if it is successful, then return response dot data dot user information. If it is not successful, in that case return null from you. Okay, it is just gonna be like this. And once this particular thing I have defined here, I can come back here, use user. I'm gonna be getting it here. Once I have this, then I will be checking. If I don't have the user, okay, if I have the user, I have to check this thing. So if I already have the user, in that case I have to redirect the user. What does this mean now? The conditioner will always return since promise. Let's make it await. And if it is await, I'm gonna be making it async. Cons router is gonna be use router from next navigation. And once I have this here, if the user actually exists, in that case router dot I'm gonna be redirecting it to the dashboard page. So router dot push, and this is gonna be slash dashboard, just like this, and I hope it should be fine. By the way, I don't have any log out button, but at least this much should be okay. First error, use router from next navigation where inside auth layout.tsx. so this is use router, fine. User client, is that okay right now? ECMA split error. You are. I've already used the client here. So what is the issue? That is user client. Sorry. Now this is okay. If I try to go to login page, what will happen? It will take time. And here we are. The default export is not React component in login layout. What does this mean? Children and simply returning those children. What is the issue? The default export is not a React component in login layout. It is saying that React component default export. Okay, it needs to be a default export in that case. So I can say export default auth layout. I think this should resolve the error. Yeah, then many more errors I got. HTTP local. Wait a minute, yaar. Hang on. Okay. Now, what is the issue? Get a localhost. This user's get profile. Use user. Access request paired with the status. Use user this. Wait, what is the issue here? The request paired with the status code 404. That means it does not really exist for this thing. So let's stop the front end, at least for now. And whenever I'm making the request over here, slash get profile. So if I go here, slash API v1 users, just like this. And if I go to index.ts over here, I have user routes. When it comes to this user route, so this is the get method that I have. So slash get profile, this is the get method. CLG get profile request. Okay, this should be fine. Let's see. In that case, of course I should be getting a get profile request over here as well. Let's restart it. Again, this needs to be restarted too. And now let's see what's gonna happen. Let's try to go to login. I'm bound to get the error, and I'm getting the error both the sides. First of all, error caught in error handler, API not authenticated, API error not authenticated, get profile request, it is running. Even it ran for the first time, and then I just got this error. Getting this error in the sense not authenticated. This is the error that I'm throwing from here. That's the same result that I'm getting. So the user is actually not authenticated. Because of that thing, I'm getting this particular error. Why is the request being sent over and over from the front end side? Once it is sent, it should not be sent again. It is getting sent over and over. Why am I not able to authenticate the user? Request authenticate. I hope this is the method that I had, but let me check that. Passport request dot authenticate method. Is authenticate. What the hell? That's the same thing I'm using. Passport authenticate versus passport authenticated. Authenticate used to initialize login process, usually login function added to request object by passport. The user is complete login. Concept secret. This should not be the way it is right now. So request.is authenticated, this is false. That means the user is not authenticated. In that case, I'm just simply throwing the error. And as soon as this particular error is thrown, that means user is not authenticated. And I'm simply handling this error. And then simply returning the response. When I'm actually handling this error at the end inside the middleware. So over here, while handling this error, what am I doing? Response.status. And new API error. I'm just simply sending this from here. I only have my status code in message. Okay. I'm not even sending the errors from here. Let me even do that. At the end, what can I have? At the end, I can have the errors. So I'm just simply even sending them from here. What is the issue with this? Unknown is not assignable to parameter type, unknown, null or undefined. This API error has its own type, and when it comes to this, so when it comes to this error, so I will have errors over here. This can be either unknown, this can be either null. So what is the problem? Over here the type of error is unknown, and it can be array of unknown. And when it comes to this unknown null, this is definitely gonna be array of unknown. And apart from this particular thing, unknown, null or undefined is not assigned value type unknown. Okay, or it can be null. Still getting that error. So either I will have the errors, or I will have this, just like this. And let's remove this map from here as well. So this is how I'm gonna be going on, and that's it. So once this particular thing is done, so I will be just simply kind of returning it from here, and as soon as it is returned from here, that simply means user dot over here I should be able to check the response. So let's forget about this too, but this particular user, what the hell, use user, the response as well, just like this. And once this particular thing is done, this particular hook is going to be used inside this layout, and once it is actually being used, it should actually be used user first of all over here, control C and control V. This will be used firstly, and now I can just simply start running it. Wanna check the result as well, exactly what will I be getting. Most of the things are already done. I can come back here, I can try to go to where does this exist, use user from line number 3, layout.tsx. Okay, this is fine, and over here this is fine too. Let's not use this here. Once this thing is done, if I try to go to login page, in that case I am getting this error. What is this error all about? It is just simply saying that error request failed with the status 400. Why is that? So I'm getting this error. So this is the access error that I'm getting. Okay, I'm getting the access error right now. So it could be because I have the two clients, and because of that thing I'm getting the error. Let's see. So if I actually go here inside config access, I do have the two clients. Let's do one thing. I'm gonna be going only with the access client, just like this, and I'm gonna be removing this auth from here. Just API/begin is going to be enough for me right here, and when I'm actually registering inside the action, I'm going to use /auth/register, and this should actually be access client, just like this. So this is fine, and when I'm logging in at that time, I can come back here, and this particular thing, control D, access client, and I have to save information. That's fine. This should be /auth/login, and I can come to this one, use user, and this section should be /users/getProfile response, and let's see now what happens. So recently, what have I been changing? This user client, control D, access client. So still getting that access client or get. already I'm gonna be taking a break for a while, and after that I'll be back, and then I'll continue from here on. I don't know why I'm getting this error. This is error 400. That is definitely going there, like the request definitely goes there. Users.get profile. I will be making a request from the postman side, and let's see whether I'm still gonna be getting that. And of course this is gonna be under this add folder. This is gonna be user folder, and inside user I will have a request get a profile request, and as for this is gonna be user/get profile control S, make it a get request control S. And first of all the user is already registered, so let me log in the user first of all, and the user is actually going to be logged in like this. And once the user is logged in, I should be able to get the information of the user. So go to get profile, send the request, and I am able to get the user information. So why am I facing this error over here? And that's kind of the easier one even. Access client get, I'm just simply making get request. Access create with credentials is true by default. I'm able to register the user, so let me go here. Let me register a new user and see whether that even works or not. So I can go to where application. Of course this is all about I haven't ended the session yet. That's actually gonna be under cookies. Clear it, reload the page, and this time what is gonna be like, I will be making a request, and as soon as the request is made, I will be getting the same response. Interesting. So let me do one thing. I'm not really gonna be using use user over here, at least for now. Later I will be thinking of it. So now I'm gonna be checking whether I'm able to access. Can I log in? Turns out yes. Create WORT 1 2 3 4. This request succeeds. User login successfully. So why is the first one failing? Don't know. Is it because I'm making a request from here? I mean, that should not really make any difference in that case too. Let's see. I will be figuring this thing out exactly why I'm just simply getting this particular error. And meanwhile, even I have to just simply go with my previous code. So this is gonna be just the extra stuff that I'm doing, kind of a side project where I just keep working. And the important thing is the Google Meet project. Let's even keep working on that and get the things done as soon as possible. I'm gonna be back soon. Until then, take care and see you.